Welcome back. Describe the stages of the above riddling session. Now, the first stage is called the invitation. From the word invite, where the challenger invites the respondent to a riddle by using the opening formula. The opening formula is what I've already told you, riddle, riddle. The challenger invites the respondent to a riddle by using the opening formula. The opening formula is riddle, riddle. Then from there, we shall have acceptance. The respondent must accept. So, invitation is stage 1. Stage 2 is acceptance. The respondent must accept. Otherwise, without accepting, there is no session. So the respondent accepts the invitation by answering, riddle come. By answering, riddle come. Or bring it on. That is, now we are using the example that we already have as our point of reference. Then from there, we shall have stage 3, which is proposition, or sometimes we call it the riddle, where the challenger poses a riddle. I have a wife who never returns to where she came from. That was the what? That was the riddle. This stage here is called proposition, from the word propose. Must be very careful about the spelling so that we don't write preposition. It is proposition, from the word propose. The riddle, propose the riddle. The challenger poses a riddle. I have a wife who never returns to where she came from. Tam taaluma, mlango wa chuma, ukiufungua hauna huruma. Or sweet technology. A door of steel when opened shows no mercy. That is the translation. Now I want you to understand that as much as possible in English we can use any language. The language of origin. We are allowed to use the language of origin. That is why you see me writing there in Kiswahili. We can even write in any language, so long as it is the language of origin. That is the third stage. Then the fourth stage, we have guesses, where the respondent attempts to get the answer right. Attempts. We have the first attempt. He said, water in a stream. No. A baby from the womb. You know, the guesses, not guess. The guesses. The respondent attempts to get the answer right. Attempts. And in our situation, for us to complete the 5 or the 6 or the 7 stages of a riddling session, there has to be guesses. The respondent should not get it right. If the examiner is telling you to write down the stages using the illustration from the point of reference or discourse that you've been given, it is proper for you to give the guesses a no answer or a negative answer or a wrong. The respondent attempts, or the respondents attempt to get the answer right. That is attempt number 1, attempt number 2. And in both cases, the respondent is wrong. Then the next is the prize. The prize, if they fail after a few attempts, the challenger may ask for a prize which he or she accepts. Whatever prize is given, the challenger accepts. That stage is referred to as the prize. The challenger has no other words but to accept the prize. I give you a bull. I give you a town. Whatever prize the respondent gives, the challenger has to accept. And from there, we have the next, or the fifth, is the answer. Then he gives the answer of the riddle after the prize. There are more questions that may come after that, typical questions like this one here. What do you think is likely to take place after this particular riddling session? You know, is a prelude. You know, riddling session is a prelude to a longer genre of oral literature. Is a longer genre of oral literature. So it is important for you to know that riddling is a shorter or a brief genre of oral literature which welcomes a longer session, a longer genre like storytelling or narration, narrative session, or we may call it song. For example, the respondent can clap. We expect that after the riddle. Clap or applaud in whatever manner. Number two, change of roles with one of the respondents now challenging. So the challenger becomes the challenged, or the respondent becomes the challenger. Then we have a narration of our story. Narration of our story, or we can have singing and dancing. Singing and dancing. So it is important for us to understand that these are the different stages of a riddling session. Riddling session takes the invitation, then the next one is acceptance. From acceptance, we have the guesses. From the guesses, we have the prize. From the prize, we have the answer. And that marks the end of that riddling session. And whatever may come after the riddling session can be. The riddling session, it was not normally an end in itself. It was a welcoming session. It is a prelude to a longer genre, like storytelling, that is narration of a story, like singing, like storytelling, I've said, or like chanting, whatever may come there that is longer. That is the end of our lesson today, and you visit the Google Classroom for the notes. Until next time, goodbye.